It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Falcons and the Silver and Black. Next on Madden NFL 25.
Now from the home of the Raiders since 2020, we're inside the spectacular Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
The kicker, Daniel Carlson, has this one teed up. Off we go from Vegas. Avery Williams on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Falcons, led out by their quarterback, Kirk Cousins. One of the big moves in the offseason, Atlanta acquiring Cousins in free agency. He had 6 years in Washington, the last 6 in Minnesota, and now he begins his run this season with the Falcons.
It's so good to see Kirk Cousins back on the field. Think back just a year ago, Mike, that severe Achilles injury. Kirk Cousins is looking to be the first quarterback since 2000 in Trent Dilfer to start an NFL game following an Achilles injury. So he's got an uphill battle, but the fact that he's out there playing under center for the Falcons is a great start.
And he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and taken down right away. A loss of yards. What a message on the first play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
That'll be caught by McLeod. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
That's complete. He's got it to London. 15-yard pickup there. It's good for a Falcon first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
The break the huddle coming up now for 1st and 10. Cousins gonna throw to the right. That's Pitts. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he's going to have a Falcons first down. At least it appears that way. He got it maybe by the length of the football.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
On first down, right back to Robinson. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's got this to Bijan Robinson.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
Ninth play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on third down. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down.
Third down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback, and even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
Cousins now to throw on first down. We'll get this to Pitts once more. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal for his team.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And they are all over that on defense. Good surge, drops him back. Let's put him at the 9-yard line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped. And that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. This one caught at the 4. And he's close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him short, put him down at the 1.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
And he will not get in. The defense stands their ground, pushes him back, and they force fourth down. Out is Younghoe Koo to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Koo's kick is good. And the Falcons will take a 3-0 lead. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. It's the Falcons with the early lead. And we're back in Vegas after this. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return is Dylan Laube. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, drafted back in 2019 out of Washington State. It's Gardner Minshew.
Little unusual, Mike, here. The first time this offense finds themselves taking the field is this late in the opening half. But the good news, they only trail by 3. So despite that long opening drive, a touchdown here gives them a lead with halftime looming. No need to rush. No need to get outside of your initial game plan. Go out there, take your time. Just try to find a way to come away with points on your opening possession.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. In motion is Myers. They'll fake the give, and now it's Minshew. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. They'll go here with Madison.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, last year's All-Pro punter A.J. Cole on now for the Raiders. Ray McLeod, deep to return. A fair catch signaled and taken at about the 18-yard line. The Falcons offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a 1st down. Cousins now. Short throw taken by Pitts. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
2nd down. Cousins. That's caught left side by Pitts. 12 yards on that hookup. 1st down, Atlanta.
Pitts able to secure the 1st down grab, and there's a lot of expectations now in Atlanta for the young tight end. I mean, you go back to his rookie year, going over 1,000 yards, something that hadn't been done since Mike Ditka in the 60s. There's very few guys that have his athleticism at the position. Now they just need the production to match.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They run over center with Robinson. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yardage, but it didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be 3rd down.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Cousins out of the gun on 3rd down. Open man, right side. He's got it. A gain there of 15. It's good for a Falcon 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
That one is caught by Mooney.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Here's a 2nd and 6. On the handoff, here's Robinson running right. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. Good drive to this point. Now can you convert on 3rd and 3? Now, Cousins. That is caught. What a throw. Drake London. Touchdown, Atlanta.
All week we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket. Let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
Younghoe Koo now for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Falcons are out to a 10-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes Amir Abdullah on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense ready for their second possession. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Minshew. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the safety, Jesse Bates. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And this is what comes when you decide to attack outside the numbers. You have to have a quarterback that's A, willing to make tough throws, and B, the arm strength to do it. He has the arm. I just think that one was a little too reckless, and they end up with a big interception.
There's Kirk Cousins. He and the Falcons set for their next drive. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Cousins. He's got his man. It's Mooney. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
He's got his target. That's Pitts. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now, Cousins. Inside the 10, it is caught. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. From the 1, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Robinson. And he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he may have come back a little bit, and now it is 3rd and goal. Now the Falcons will use their 3rd final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half. Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal. To throw is Cousins. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
The offense staying put. 4th and goal from the 2. Here's Cousins. And this is caught. Wow, the decision to go pays off. Drake London, touchdown Falcons. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half. But everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
On is Koo for the point after. It's up and through. And the Falcons move further out in front. It is now 17-0. Very little time remaining in this 1st half as this kick is away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Back is Minshew. In trouble, and down he goes. So we reach halftime, and the visiting Falcons are in the lead. As we're off to Orlando, going to check in with Jonathan Coachman, who's got our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. This was an extremely one-sided 1st half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, 2nd half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Very one-sided 1st half of action Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Raiders offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive as they'll begin here with first down. Man in motion here is Tucker. Minshew now to throw on 1st and 10. He's going to tuck it and go. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Madison gets it from the pistol. Well, he shows you the elusiveness getting out of one tackle, but not the other. Fortunate, really, to get back to the line of scrimmage on that play.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
And he'll take this up to the 48-yard line. Caden Ellis in on that stop. Here comes 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Falcons offense and Kirk Cousins heading back on the field. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Pitts is the man in motion. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And a good run there on 2nd down. A pickup of 7. It'll bring up 3rd and 3.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
On 3rd down, it's Robinson. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a 1st down. Another run here for Robinson. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
The gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the 38-yard line.
2nd down and 3. They'll go again with Robinson. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
That's into the hands of Werner, the tight end. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Cousins now on 2nd down. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. 11 yards on the connection there. 1st down, Atlanta.
Mike, think back to our conversation during the break. We've kind of both asked ourselves, are they content with this double-digit lead? Do they come out and play conservative here in the second half? Well, it took exactly one play to get our answer.
On the ground, it's Robinson. And he'll bring this inside the 30. Gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Cousins to throw. That's caught right side. It's London. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's complete. He's got it to London. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. To the right, that's Pitts.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the time. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. That'll be caught by McLeod. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They've moved the ball well here, but now face 3rd and 2. Cousins. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's going to have the 1st down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
That is caught by the tight end, Kyle Pitts. Touchdown, Atlanta. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Here's Coop for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Falcons are able to extend out to a 24-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Lobby now to return it. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense ready for this next possession. Things not looking good, but see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Minshew out of the pistol here. That's caught left side by Bowers. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Set to go now on 1st and 10. The shotgun, a throw from Minshew.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Minshew gonna look to throw. He gets this one to Tucker. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Minshew gonna look to throw again. He's got the tight end Mayer. 14 on the pickup. Good for a Raider first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Again, it's Madison. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try and throw with Minshew. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
I love this concept here. Really good job by the other receivers clearing out that space. Big tight end comes down with the catch, and it's going to bring up 1st and goal.
They'll run with Madison. And he'll go down, back at the 4.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
Now back at the 4 for 2nd and goal. From the gun, here's Minshew. Good blocking, and he's in. Gardner Minshew. Touchdown, Vegas. Touchdown here in the 4th quarter, Greg. They have a big mountain to climb, but at least they're technically still alive in this one.
And now, Mike, we're going to see them line up to go for 2. They're going to see if they can get this lead down to 16 points and still give them a chance to fight back here late in the 4th quarter.
Minshew leading everybody to the line. 2-point conversion try coming up.
The Raiders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. That is caught. And they get the 2-point conversion.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result? 2 points.
So time here for the onside kick just in front of the 2-minute warning. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air. And with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, it's a run with Robinson. And a nice run. He's got a 1st down tackle made right at the 35-yard line. They motion the slot man left. They'll run it here with Robinson. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. They'll run with Robinson. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Now the Raiders going to use their 3rd and final timeout to talk things over before 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. Good-looking screenplay there. A gain of 11 and a first down.
And that first down should all but do it, Mike. With only one remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. Got to imagine it's victory formation, and we're a couple kneels away from this game being over.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Third down and 9. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win for the visiting Falcons. They proved much the best in this one. Get a solid performance in all three phases of the game and ride that to victory. And that'll do it for my partner Greg Olsen. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.